Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् द्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। 20th verse. Together. त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः. Introducing this, there is a little bit of a bhashya. Introducing this verse, Adi Shankara says the following. What does he say? Yahatu akarmadi darshi saha akarmadi darshanad eva nishkarma. So the one who, Yahatu, the one who what? Who is akarma adi darshi. Akarma adi darshi means the one who sees no karma in what? In action, and the one who sees karma in non-action, that one, the one who afore described, the one that was aforementioned as Jnani, as Buddhiman, as Kritsna Karmakrit, the one who has accomplished everything, as Vidwan, that one, the one who is no longer confused about what is action and what is actionlessness, that is one is called Akarmadi Darshi. And so, Adipadat, Akarmani, Karma Yaha Pashyet, and Karmani Akarma Yaha Pashyet, that one. Saha, that person, Akarmadi Darshanat, due to having this vision, this clarity, Eva Nishkarma. So, as I told you, when the word karma, neuter, but when it refers to, when it comes in compound, referring to this person, Nishkarman, Nishkarma. Nishkarma means what? The one who is devoid of any action. And who is that? Sarva Karma Sannyasi. The one who is in sannyasa, sannyas in, okay, sannyasi. Sannyasi means the one who is not, who has taken a commitment to no action even in the everyday life. That is what sannyasa is, drop out. In the West, the sannyasi will be called drop out. Why? They will ask a few questions. Do you have a job? What is the answer? No. Do you have a spouse, children? No. No family, no job. Last question, do you have money? No. Okay, then what are you? Drop out, useless. And there is a slang word, hobo, Hobo, hobo. Hobo means useless. Yeah, and so Pujya Swamiji used to make fun of that, because he used to get letters addressed to him saying, H. Swami Dayananda. What does that mean? Yeah. His holiness is what they meant. But what did he say? I am a holy hobo. Because that's what they will say in the West. Don't have job, don't have family, unemployed and unemployable also. And then what? No bank account, no money. What are you? Useless. But here we have a value for that, because this uselessness is a cultivated uselessness. Yeah, it's not an ordinary uselessness. It is very nicely cultivated out of the knowledge that karma has no purpose. We saw that earlier. Everything that is, all the karma phalas are finite, and therefore, and the karma is finite, therefore karma phala is also finite. And what do I want? Infinite. I want the infinite, so I'm not going to settle for the finite. The infinite being myself, I need to be a dropout. In order to understand and perfect this understanding that I am infinite, I need to drop out. We saw people dropping out a few days ago, yeah? New sannyasis being born, yeah. 7 dropouts, okay? This is important. This is a cultivated purposelessness out of seeing the purposelessness of this action, fruit of action, dukkha, more action, more fruit of action, more dukkha, loop. To break the loop, we have a way through knowledge of this sannyasa, through knowledge of the Atma, leading to a choice. What is the choice? You can let go of everything. You can just say, I'm going to be a dropout. You even promise Indra that you don't have to worry that I will take your post. I have no desire to be the next Indra. Same thing, Lord Yama also. You have to say, I don't want your post. I don't want to be a Devata. I don't want anything that is gained by the fruit of action, And so if the fruit of action is rotten, because that's what it is, the phalgutaya liyate iti phalam, that which is subject to destruction, to rot, is called fruit. Very interesting meaning. And so, if I don't want the fruit of action, why will I act? No reason to act. So therefore, this akarma darshanat, the person becomes nishkarma. Sannyasi iti etat. So meaning, person becomes a sannyasi. Oh, don't sannyasis act? Yes, they act. But why? How? Jivan matra cheshtaha. The person who acts, whose cheshta, whose actions, whose movement is what? Jivan matrartham. Only for the sake of keeping this body, mind, sense complex going. That's why they'll go to bhiksha, because without bhiksha, the body will go. So they will go to bhiksha. And then winter comes, some place is distributing blankets, so they will go and get a blanket. And some place is distributing something else, they will go get that, because to keep the body going, certain things are needed. And they will do that because the body is a gift from Bhagavan and they did not make it, so they keep it going. And sometimes you have to keep the body going because it is for the sake of gaining the knowledge. There are two types of sannyasa. One is called vividisha, vividisha sannyasa, veditum ichchaya, that which is taken, veditum ichchaya, that which is taken out of a desire to gain this knowledge, that sannyasa, because I don't want to be bothered by all the other roles. Somebody is calling and saying, "Mummy, mummy." Other person is calling and saying, "Daddy, send me money." All these things, And then what else? I don't want any roles in the society. The only role I want is of Shishya. Because I'm still studying, I'm still assimilating this teaching, perfecting my understanding. And so the only role I will follow is Shishyatvam. And so therefore, I give up all the roles. This is called Vividisha Sannyasa. And then the other one is called Vidvat Sannyasa. There are many other sannyasas, but these two are the main distinctions. Many other forms are there. And so the Vidvat Sannyasa is somebody who already has the knowledge and then wants to lead a life, rest of their life, reveling in that knowledge. And therefore they drop out because there is nothing to be gained, nothing further to be gained. And so because of this sannyasa, the person is what? The person is moving around jivan matrartha cheshtaha. So the one for whom the cheshta, the movements and actions are only for the sake of upkeeping the body, mind, sense complex, upkeeping the life. Jivan matrartha cheshtasan karmani na pravartate, does not engage in action. And this is a very important addition that Adi Shankara gives. Yadyapi prag avivekatah pravrittah. Yadyapi means although what? Prag, before what? Lunch. No. Before gaining self-knowledge, before embarking on this study, what was the person doing? Acting like everybody else in the society. Keeping on acting, keeping on getting karma phala, getting disappointed with the karma phala, more actions, more karma phala, more raga, more dvesha. He or she was like everybody else. This is very, very important. Atma Jnanam does not drop from the sky. What if I sit under a tree? You will get a different kind of a drop. Okay? Yeah. Based on the birds above. Yeah. Atma Jnanam drop will not drop. Yeah. Bird will drop, yes. Bird will, it's called, what is that called? Dropping. That's what will happen. Atmajnanam does not drop from the sky. Adi Shankara is saying that very, very clearly. You have to work for it. You have to ask for it. You have to let go of wrong notions. There is a purushartha there. You can't just say that my horoscope shows I will get moksha. Horoscope will not show moksha. Never shows moksha. Even though everybody got their horoscopes to Pujya Swami, will I get moksha? Will I get moksha? He would always say yes. And why? Because thankfully you already have moksha. That's why he could say yes and not be lying about it. Yes. So moksha is not prarabdha based. It's not based on previous karma, whether you will get moksha or not. Moksha you have to choose. You have to ask for, like Nachiketa, undeterred by all the attractions of the here and the hereafter. What is he doing? Keeping on going back to that question. I want that which is lasting. There must be something that survives death. What is the nature of that thing? That is what I want to know. And he's going to hone in that question even further. And so, therefore, here there is no instant knowledge, not possible. And even the sannyasi who we revere and who we take blessings from at one time or the other was just like me. We have to see that. And there itself is a big balm on the heart. If they can accomplish this, I can also get this. This is what the thing is. This is very, very beautiful. Yadyapi, even though prag means what? Prag, avivekatah, prag means jnanat prag, or before becoming a sannyasi, before understanding this, jnanat prag, what happened? Avivekatah pravrittah eva. That person, before the understanding, before the rise of this understanding, was still going around fully ensconced and meshed in the action-reaction loop. Okay? But whereas yahatu prarabdha karma san, another compound like that, prarabdha karman, nishkarman, akarman, 3 we have seen. Okay? Prarabdha karma means the one who was, the one who has because of prarabdha, one who was engaged in action before because of some prarabdha. Uttarakalam, jnanat urdhvam, after the gain of the knowledge, what happened? Utpanna atma samyak darshanaha, became who? The one for whom there was well ascertained understanding that had arisen. The utpannaha, arisen. Atma samyak darshanam means the one for whom there was, there has risen a well ascertained understanding of oneness of the I. Atma darshanam, the vision of oneness, the vision of no division between oneself and the other, for whom that knowledge has risen in the heart, in the buddhi, is called utpanna atma samyak darshanaha. Samyak means well ascertained knowledge has risen. Saha karmani prayojanam apashyan sasadhanam karma parityajati eva parityajati. So seeing the uselessness of the action, or seeing that the actions no longer have any use, before of course was being engaged in action according to his or her prarabdha. So the prarabdha means previous actions make one, the results of previous action make one do more action in this life, definitely. Why? Because the previous action leaves a certain sense of lack, did not get what I want. When? In the previous life. So that the same desire will persist and make me do more actions in this life. That is the idea. So such a person who was mindlessly engaged in all kinds of action, now after the dawn of this knowledge, and what is the dawn of this knowledge? The Atma Samyak Darshanam. So, gaining the vision of no division, gaining the vision of oneness, then seeing the uselessness of this action after ascertaining this knowledge, sasadhanam karma sadhanaihi saha vartate iti sasadhanam. Sasadhanam means that which is along with various accoutrements. What are the accoutrements of karma? Kriya, Karaka, Phala. So, Kriya, Karaka, Phalakhyam. Karma, Sasadhanam means that which is along with the action. What comes along with the action? Karaka. Karaka means what? Various factors involved in actions. So when you chant Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, then you see all these things. You see the whole samsara in all these vibhaktis. The entire samsara is presented. Ramaha Ramau Ramaha. Actor has been established, Karta, right at the beginning. Karta is bad news for us, we have been seeing this. But Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, the first line establishes not one, not two, but many Kartas. Single, dual, plural. Ramam, then Ramaha. Just checking. Okay. So, so the second line establishes what? Bhokta. Very interesting. Right from the beginning, Karta, Bhokta, Ayyo, these are the Karakas. These are the factors involved in action. What is Bhokta? Experiencer. The object means object of whatever it is. The object here, the grammatically object of sentence. Vedantically, second case is what? Bhokta. Yes. So, Karta, Bhokta, how are they born? They are born using certain other karakas. You need an instrument for the karta. The karta uses the instrument to increase bhoktritvam. That is what? Karanakaraka. Karanakaraka means what? Third case. Third case means what? Instrumental case. I eat with a spoon. I eat with my hands. I walk with my legs. Like this. See, already it was not enough. Just karta alone cannot exist. Without all these friends, the karakas become friends that buttress the status and the existence of the karta. Then what do we have? Sampradana. Because the action has, in order for the action to be having a purpose, there should be the, what is going to be achieved by this action should be there. For what sake the action is being performed should be there. For the sake of this, so we have the doer, we have the done in the next one. The one who is not a doer is done in, the one who is done in by actions of others. And then we have the instrument which brings to life the doer and the object, the victim, the bhokta, the experiencer. And then we also have the fourth case, which is karma phala. Fourth case, Vedantically, is karma phala. Fruit of action is in the fourth case. Very interesting this is. And the fifth case is from where the action originated. Dhruvam apaye apadanam. So, from where the source of the action. The source of the action is important because that too is connected with the karta. Because from where, see, supposing I say Ramaha, gramat gramam gacchati. What did I say? Rama flies a kite. No? Okay. Rama goes from one village to another. From village to village, he goes. Rama goes from village to village. You see, if I had just said fifth case, gramat, it makes no sense. Who is the karta? The karta is the one for whom the source of action also exists. And then the possessive case, which is what? Which is the gift of samsara is in the sixth case. Yeah, mine. You can't have it. All mine. Madhiyam. Mine. It's all for me. And then the seventh case is the location of the action. Locative case. So location of the action. In, on, and the seventh case further underscores duality. In, on top of. All these things are what? They underscore the duality. They bring out a difference between ashraya and ashrita. That which is the locus of action and the action itself are separate from one another. And then the last case, who are you sambodhifying? Who are you calling? Huh? Who are you calling? Don't say Ishvara, okay? Yeah, don't get all Vedantic on me. This is an empirical question. If I say Rama, who am I calling? Who is this Rama? Karta. Karta answers. Even if I say, hey, you idiot, Bhokta answers, because the person has been called idiot all of the life. See? So and then that's the eighth case. As a result of these eight cases, the person is basket case. Okay? This is the samsari. And so this is sasadhanam karma. Sasadhanam, karma, parityajati eva. If you don't leave this, what else will you leave? Tell me. Okay, you have to leave this. And then, so this is one paksha. These two paragraphs that we just read is one paksha. Naturally, because of the lifestyle, taking on a certain kind of a lifestyle, they are free of karma because they have seen the incongruousness of karma. They have seen the uselessness of karma. Before they were very much karmani abhipravrittah, but now they have seen that this is no use, they have dropped it. Now, according to some people's prarabdha, it is not in some people's prarabdha to sit still, even after the gain of self-knowledge. Because why? The body-mind-sense complex decides. Prarabdha decides. And the sannyasi is one for whom who is called prarabdhaya samarpita vapuhu. So vapu means body. So prarabdhaya samarpitam for shariram, for whom the body has been offered to prarabdha. Prarabdha is Ishvara. And the prak arabdham karma, that karma which was already started before the gain of the knowledge, before even the birth, is called prarabdha. How are you going to control it? It is Ishvara Srishti. You cannot control it. So you cannot control it means you don't have a say over it. Over certain aspects you have a say, but over certain aspects of the prarabdha you don't have a say. Like for example, there is you see this in the vrittis of the sannyasi, in the lifestyle, vritti here, lifestyle of the sannyasi. Some Mahatmas, they just go sit in one place and they don't leave that place all of their life. Whole life long they are in that one village. The village comes to be known after them and the village becomes a holy place like this. And then we have other saints like our Pujya Swamiji, who was not there even for a minute in one place. Always going. So this is because the prarabdha permitted that. That is why they were able to have this kind of a lifestyle. Whereas for the simply sitting Swami in one place, the prarabdha permitted that also. So this is, and so therefore, and see, there are certain tendencies we can overcome. You cannot say the prarabdha wants me to be a karta, therefore I am what? Karta. That doesn't count. That doesn't fly. Why? Because there is free will there. Wherever there is free will, you can overcome that. Prarabdha wants me to be angry. Sorry, I'm just going to get angry at you. Prarabdha made me do it. Don't give that excuse after this class. Okay? Because you learned something new. Prarabdha made me do it. No. Wherever there is free will, then you cannot blame prarabdha. Prarabdha only applies to certain few things over which you have no control. You have no control what kind of a body you are in. Male body, female body, young body. Young means even though it is 75 years old, it still looks young. That kind of body. Old body, even though the person is 10 years old, looks old. And that kind of a body. All these things, that is prarabdha. And then so therefore, for the jnanis also, two kinds of lifestyles are delineated in the Shastra. Ajagari vritti, python lifestyle. Python does not move, it doesn't expend calories. Fat, big, long snake just waits. Somebody or the other will deliver itself into its mouth. Okay, yeah. It will wait. Crocodile also doesn't move, doesn't, just sits like this. And you think, oh, it's not moved for 2 hours, let me take a selfie. Yes, it will swallow you along with the camera. So fast it is, the blessed thing. And so therefore, what is that? So therefore, what do we have to do? We have to see that certain kinds, so ajagari vritti, python lifestyle means you just sit there. Something will deliver itself to your mouth, you make a few movements, catch hold of it, and then wind yourself up at, around a tree and wait for it to digest. That's what you do. Because if you wind, the python winds itself around a tree, it gives that, that gharshanam, that force for the whatever it has swallowed to digest. Because it swallows whole, it doesn't bother, chewing properly. It's not Ayurvedic eating, okay? Yeah. So that is one lifestyle. The other lifestyle is madhukari vritti. Madhukaraha means what? Bee. The one who makes madhu, honey, kara, madhu karoti iti madhukaraha. So madhu is what? Honey. The one who makes honey is what? Bee. So the bee vritti, the bee, can you ask it to sit still? No. It will flit from flower to flower, tree to tree, and gather the pollen and everything. And so the sannyasi can be either like a ajagara, other than the himsa, but then, or like a madhukara. So like this, prarabdhavashat, people have different lifestyles, but the jnanam is intact. This is going to be pointed out in the next one. Saha kutaschit nimittat. So such a person who, the jnani, kutaschit nimittat, for whatever reasons that we don't know, some reason or the other, karma parityaga asambhave. So, parityaga asambhave, in the event of not being able to become a sannyasi, prarabdhavashat. So, because of prarabdha or whatever reasons, they are not able to give up karma. Two meanings: either they are not able to become a sannyasi, or even though they are a sannyasi, they are engaged in action. Karmani tat phalecha sangarahitataya swaprayojana abhavat loka sangrahartham purvavat karmani pravrittah api na eva kinchit karoti. Beautiful exposition. So, kutaschit nimittat, for some reason or the other, they are not able to give up karma, either because they did not take sannyasa even though they have the knowledge, or they took sannyasa but they are still engaged in action. And what happens to such people? Karmani pravrittah api, even though they are engaged in action. Karmani tat phalecha, they are not touched by either the action, they are not stressed out by the action, and they are not stressed out by the fruits of the action. I didn't get what I want, etc. Why? Sangarahitataya. So, Sangarahita is there. Sangarahita means the status of being not connected to the action or its results. Uninvolved they are with the action, meaning they don't define themselves as actors. Uninvolved they are with the result of action, meaning they don't claim it as theirs and they don't expect something for that action either. So why do they do it? Loka sangrahartham, for the helping of the people. Purvavat, as it was mentioned before, karmani pravrittah api na eva kinchit karoti. Then jnanagni dagdha karmatvat tadiyam karma akarma eva sampadyate iti etam artham darshayishyan aha Bhagavan. We have to supply. So, Darshayishyan, in order to show a particular meaning. What is the meaning? That Jnanagni Dagdha Karmatvat, since all the actions are burnt in the fire of knowledge, Tadiyam Karma, that action, what happens? Akarma eva sampadyate, that action becomes equal to actionlessness. No action at all, meaning the sannyasi is not defined by either action or the results of action. Sannyasi who is a jnani is not defined by action or the results of action, even though they may be doing. So we see we have two different kinds of lifestyles. So one can be a lifestyle of a sannyasi having taken sannyasa ritually, does not do anything and is not gaining other than whatever is needed for the body, and is therefore living freely of action and results of action. And then later on we have the examples of somebody for some reason or the other took on this pursuit of knowledge, gained the knowledge, but either did not take sannyasa or took sannyasa but still is engaged in the action. In either case, since all the actions are burned down, then what happens? Tadiyam karma, the actions belonging to that person does not attract result of action. It's as good as being free from action. So this is the introduction to verse 20. Then the verse 20 itself is then talked about here. Karmasu tyaktva karmasu abhimanam phalasangam cha yathoktena jnanena nityatriptah nirakankshaha vishayeshu. So tyaktva karma phalasangam, as it was mentioned, yathoktena, as it was previously mentioned, how jnanena, by the knowledge, what happens? The karma and the karma phala drop. How does it drop? Because there are two things that are not there. Karmasu abhimanam, the identification with the karma leading to the conclusion, I am a doer. Dropped or not dropped? Dropped. That number one, that is not there. And then number two, phala sangam, means the attachment to the result of action is dropped or not dropped? Dropped. Both are dropped. Why? Because of the aforementioned knowledge of the self. Therefore, they are constantly happy, constantly contented, nirakankshaha, not expecting something or the other. Since there is a sense of lack, one keeps on looking for something. looking for validation. Who will appreciate me? Who will look at me today? Who will tell me I am good? Who will validate me? What will I get? Oh, I got this. This is not very nice. Why I am not getting that? All these things are not there for the person who has discovered a sense of fulfillment centered on this I. Because the I is not unfulfilled svabhavataha. By itself, the I, according to its nature, is the most fulfilled thing in the whole universe, because there is nothing like the I. There is nothing unlike the I. There is only I. And what kind of I is it? Fulfilled I or unfulfilled I? Why not say unfulfilled I? Because then nobody will be interested in gaining the knowledge of the unfulfilled I. You will say, thank you very much, I already have the unfulfilled I with me. I don't want this knowledge. So it's the knowledge of the fulfilled I. And that fulfilled I is not a stranger to me. In sleep, what comes out? Unfulfilled I or fulfilled I? Fulfilled I. It's the Tripta Atma. But it is not Nitya Tripta, that's the thing. Anitya Tripta Atma. And then even otherwise, some days go very well for no reason at all. I just feel expansive. Somebody cuts me in line during the lunch. I say, doesn't matter. He or she must have been hungry, let them eat. Yeah. Another day I will pounce on them and eat their head. But today I am letting them be. Oh, it's okay, doesn't matter. After all, I am a Vedantin. Yeah. So some days I am familiar with the fulfilled I. I have a craving for this fulfilled I. And I am searching for this fulfilled I, and by this knowledge, the person who has gained this fulfilled I, gained an as though gain of this fulfilled I, has gained it by this knowledge after having dropped the identification with the doer and dropped the identification with the result of action. And then nirakangshaha, not looking out, like who is going to give me what. And then nirakangshaha vishayeshu. Vishayeshu means with, this is Vishaya Saptami, Vishayeshu, with regard to the objects of senses, objects of action. And then, so this is the person. And what was the next word? Nirashrayaha. Nirashrayaha, the one who is ashraya varjitaha. No ashraya. Ashraya means refuge. There is no place to seek anything. See, this way the monastic order in the Vedic tradition is unlike whether it's in whether it's in the Western monasticism, or even perhaps even in certain orders of Buddhist monasticism. We are not we are not having any kind of a support from any big it's not an organized religion. So there is no support from somewhere. Nobody is maintaining the sannyasis. There is no monthly stipend or yearly stipend. There is no retirement. There is nothing. There is no fees being given for whatever the person does. And there is just yourself and the sky. Literally, the sannyasi is nirashrayaha. But then that meaning also holds. And then the other meaning also is there, very beautiful meaning which Adi Shankara will give. He first defines what is ashraya, because in order to understand a person free of ashraya, we have to know what is ashraya. What is ashraya? Ashrayo nama, what is that which is called ashraya? Yat ashritya purushartham sisadhaishati. Long word, but we will see it. Okay. So, yat ashritya, yadashritya, seeking refuge in what? Where a person fulfills their pursuits. Purushartha, pursuits. Dharmartha, kama. So, seeking refuge or depending upon what one desires to fulfill their pursuits is called ashraya. What is this word? Sisadhaishati. Sadhitum ichhati. Sadhitum ichha. So sisadhaishati, the one who desires to gain. Sad, to gain. The one who desires to accomplish. That's a better translation. The one who desires to accomplish. So the person desiring to accomplish what? Purushartha. Purushartha means various pursuits in life. So that person needs a lot of help. We have already seen Karaka Bheda. All the Karakas have to do Namaskara to them, and then, or they have to do Namaskara to the Karakas, bring in all the Karakas. You need a lot. One needs to depend on many things, even to fulfill a small desire. Like, I want to eat this particular food. So you have to cook it, let us say. Then you can't sankalpa matrena, you don't have Draupadi Patram. Do you have? Yeah. Draupadi had this Akshaya Patra. Whatever you wanted, it came out of it in immeasurable amounts. Neither do you have Kamadhenu. Do you have Kamadhenu? No. So, food will not magically appear. What do you have to do? First, you have to assemble all the ingredients. And then the desire being crazy, you will want unseasonal food. You will want something that is not available easily. Of course, these days everything is available because it all comes from South Africa, because the seasons are separate there. But nonetheless, still you have to make a little effort. If something is not available easily, you won't find it easily. Means what? When you go out of the gates of the ashram, if it's not available, that means it is not seasonal. So you have to get some exotic vegetable that is not there. So then trot off to Tapovanam. Okay? And then what do you do there? Some shops will be there. They are all called organic. Okay? Organic. Okay, who knows? We don't know whether they are organic or not, but they are called organic. And for 300 rupees, you buy one avocado. Okay? Why? Because I want it. Yeah, long time since I had avocado. What can you make with it? Toast. Yeah. If I don't have avocado toast, I am toast. So therefore, I want this avocado. So go there, get that. And then what? Then you wonder, should I buy two? Because you can't tell. You see, the avocado has a very interesting thing. Avocado is the shopkeeper's delight, because you are not able to see how it is inside from outside. Yeah. You have to have pure Shraddha with regard to avocado, total Shraddha, that you open it and it will be lovely shade of green and cream. You have to have that Shraddha and buy it on Shraddha. So you say, should I spend 600 and buy two? Well, that means somebody will see me coming. They'll say, oh, avocado, what is your room number? I'll also come. That doesn't look very nice. And then I don't have fridge. So if I don't keep it in the fridge, it may go bad. See, so many decisions. Think about it. Yeah, this is why I'm waxing eloquent on this example. I don't want to give it to anybody, but then what if one is bad? Then the whole trip to Tapovanam will be nishphala. So then I buy two, grudging, grunting, resenting, trying to unsuccessfully bargain, 500 to give. No. No. And then what? You come back. And then what was that? Yeah, doesn't matter. So like this, you just have to put so much effort in one object of great delight. In one object of great delight, how much effort, how many decisions. And then all of that, then what happens? You don't even eat the toast. You inhale the toast. It is gone. Finished. in 5 minutes it's gone, and all that thing. So therefore, these sadhanas for the accomplishment of the Purushartha, there is a lot of dependency on people, on autos, on so many things. And those dependencies are what? Are there for people. That is what is called ashraya. This is ashraya. Drishta drishta ishtaphala sadhana. This is what it is. Drishta. Drishta means everything that I have understood as being present in this world. Drishta. Either drishta directly by me, or drishta by somebody close to me who has said, oh, please go there, get this, it is amazing. So this is also comes under drishta. Adrishta means something I have heard about, I don't know what it is like, I have not even seen the pictures, but a desire has been created by me. By just simply reading about it, a desire has been created. What is that? Adrishta. Swargadi. That is adrishta. Who has gone to heaven and come back in the same form? Nobody. And so therefore, nobody there to explain except the Vedas or any other holy scripture that describes what heaven is like. And then a desire for heaven is created. So drishta drishta phala means for all the desires, objects of desires here, drishta, adrishta, hereafter. So for all the desires here and hereafter, phala sadhana. There is a means to gain these results. This is the sadhana, phala sadhana, the dependency on the results. The results depend upon certain yajnas, certain things. All these things, the one who is free of is called nirashrayah. Beautiful definition. So then further, vidusha kriyamanam karma paramarthatah akarva eva tasya nishkriyatma darshana sampannatvat. There is a repetition here that shows us what? Two repetitions we'll find. We already saw nishkriyatma utpanna atma samyak darshana. Similar it is here. So nishkriyatma darshana. So the vidusha. Vidusha means by a wise person. Kriyamanam karma, the actions performed by a wise person. Vidwan. And who is that? A sage, a saint who has this self-knowledge, a jnani. Paramarthatah means in reality is what? Akarma eva, is not considered action. Why? Tasya nishkriyatma darshana sampannatvat. Same thing, because of them having accomplished some plus path has the what is that? Upasarga has the sense of accomplishment. Sampanna means accomplished. So those who have accomplished samyag atma darshanam, that the ones who have accomplished the understanding of the I, understood that completely, they are free of action. Tena, by such a person, who is that? Evam bhutena, who is in this manner a wise person. Prayojana abhavat samadhanam, sasadhanam karma parityaktavyam eva iti prapte. So, tena eva, evam bhutena, by such a person, seeing that there is no purpose in the action, that person should do what? Let go of action along with all the accoutrements. All the accoutrements. Because that's the logical corollary to Atmajnanam. Atmajnanam and action for the sake of fulfillment of desires cannot coexist, like oil and water cannot coexist. Even if you add oil and water in equal proportion, shake, 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 what will happen? Immediately they will separate. Like oil and water, action for the sake of fulfilling one's own desires and jnani do not coexist, cannot coexist. Evam prapte, gaining this, understanding this, what happens? Tataha nirgama asambhavat. Nirgama asambhavat means being not possible for such a person, some people, to take sannyasa or to drop the actions completely. Nirgama means nivritti. Withdrawing from actions is not possible because of their prarabdha. Loka sangraha chikirshaya. Chikirsha means what? We saw day before yesterday. The desire to do. Kartum ichha. It is not kikirsha, okay? It is chikirsha. Kartum ichha. So what kartum, what ichha? The desire to do what? Loka sangraha. To help out humanity. So nirgama asambhavat, being unable to enter into the sannyasa ashrama, or having entered into sannyasa ashrama but being unable to not do action, loka sangraha chikirshaya, out of the desire for helping people, shishta vigarhana parijihirshaya va. Shishta vigarhana parijihirshaya. Jihirsha means hatum ichha. To the desire to give up. We should make a list of all these desideratives we have studied both in this class and in the Upanishad class, and then see the meanings and keep the meanings. Oh, okay, all right. You're already there. Wonderful. So, shishta means, see, if withdrawal from acting is not possible, then one can remain in action, but without wanting things for the sake of oneself. So, they are working for the welfare of others. And so, either they are working welfare of others, or they are not to, they don't want to disturb the society, you know. So they already have this particular lifestyle, meaning they, let's say they are married, they have children, etc., and they also have a big status in the society. Maybe because of the status, they are able to do many things. They may be an industrialist or whatever. So, they don't want to disturb that. And they are jnanis. So, it matters not a whit to them whether they are dressed in orange or whether they are dressed in neon, green and purple. It does not matter to them at all. No difference comes for them. So, in that situation, shishta means the other elders in the place, in their in the society. So they are surrounded by so many people, and let's say they are still relatively young, and they are surrounded by elders who what is that? They, out of respect for them, out of respect for not disturbing them, what do they do? So therefore, what do they do? Purvavat karmani abhipravrittah api. So they continue however they are. They are still, because of the nishkriyatma darshanna sampannatvat. Again a repetition. So same thing. The one who is accomplished with the vision of no division of the Atma, that person, even though they are doing it, they are not incurring any result of action. They are not tied by the result of action. There is a couple of more verses. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadagya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo